So I've always wanted to make the comparison between the Forc Touch trackpad and the MX Master. I'm Simon from THEUnboxing. Let's go with the video. Before we start, don't forget to subscribe if you enjoy tech content on YouTube. Alright, so I have the MacBook Pro with the touch bar on top and the Forc Touch trackpad. So as you probably know, this is made out of glass combined with aluminium material, and this measures around 16 centimeters in width and 10 centimeters in height. So that's a pretty big trackpad, but overall on the newest computers that's also the case. Now, what is the big difference between this trackpad and the Logitech MX Master 2nd generation, which I have? Well, there's a big difference. So first of all, the built-in trackpad on the MacBook Pro has lots of features and gestures. You can use 3 fingers, 2 fingers, 1 finger, all these different things you can do with your fingers.
That's what she said.
In order to do certain things on your MacBook Pro, of course. The clicking sound is great, as you will hear now. That just clicks really nice. It has the Forc Touch with a double click, so if you click and you press a bit harder, you'll have the Forc Touch. And it's also very easy to use with your thumb like this when you're typing, for example, and you're typing and you just use your thumb to go with your mouse somewhere on the screen. Now, the MX Master is also a mouse which has a lot of features, of course, because it's the MX Master is the most famous mouse used by all YouTubers and other tech people around the world. So it has the side scrolling, as you can see, it has the front scrolling, it has a back or a front button over here as well, and it has different connections on the back, so you can pair up to 3 devices when you switch between them. This is of course one of the first versions. The newest one is probably a bit different, but this is one of the first versions. Of course, in Logitech options you also have the ability to change all these buttons. So for example, you can change these ones, what they do. You can change this one, what this one does, and this one, for example, because this is also a button. And you can even change them depending on the program you're using, which is of course great. On the scroller, you have a button which you can change from ratchet to free scrolling, which means if you ratchet scroll, I think it's called, you will hear this. And if you free scroll, it will just do this. Now, the battery life is also great. I don't even remember when I charged this, so it's been a very long time since I last charged this up, and it's still holding up. It has still about 70 or 60% battery left. But I really want to make this video because I have a kind of an issue when I'm working on my MacBook Pro like this. So without an external screen, and I want to use my mouse. I started using my mouse, but after about, I think, 1 minute or something, I just go back to my trackpad because it's so much easier to use the trackpad when you're using your computer instead of using this external mouse, and that's why I really wanted to make this video. But does that mean that the MX Master really sucks when using the MacBook Pro? Well, no, it doesn't. But the big difference between, I think, the MX Master and the built-in trackpad on your MacBook Pro is not the clicking, is not the maneuvering, but is really the scrolling. And that's what they did so well at Apple. They just, when you scroll, you really feel the scroll. You really know where your scrolling is going to end, while when you scroll on a MX Master, for example, you scroll all the way down or you scroll a little bit up and you don't know where to end, and that's really annoying. I don't know if it's different on the newer models of the MX Master, but that's a really big issue or a really big drawback when using this mouse on a MacBook Pro. If I have, of course, the option to use a trackpad as an alternative. Because when it's connected to an external screen, for example, at my work, I have the Apple Magic mouse, which is also a very big difference and works the same way as the trackpad. So this video could actually be called, is the MX Master good for a MacBook Pro? Well, in some cases, for some people it might be good, but for me, I'm really annoyed by the scrolling. Although this is the best wireless mouse, if I'm not talking about an Apple mouse, that I've used by far. No mouse comes close to this one, but just the scrolling is so much different than on the MacBook Pro. And okay, in Logitech options you can change a lot of these things. You can change how fast it has to scroll and all that stuff. You can say there's all these parameters, but I don't know, it just has to feel right, and it doesn't feel right with this mouse on my MacBook Pro. maybe I should also make a comparison between the MX Master and the Apple wireless mouse. But hey, right now I'm just using this MX Master and the trackpad because my wireless mouse is at my work, but I should bring it with me here so I can do the review. But yeah, there's a very big difference, and I really enjoy the trackpad a lot more, especially for, and that's the big reason why, the scrolling part. Alright, that was my comparison, and I just wanted to let you know this. Let me know, what do you think about this comparison? Which one would you choose? Do you have any experience with both of these, or what are your thoughts? Let me know below. If you like this video, of course, leave a like and a sub if you're not subscribed yet, and turn on notifications, and I hope I'll see you in my next video.